CE Boston.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Amazing Grace Sports Network here on WEZE AM 590, The Word. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning. It's nice to be back here in studio.
It's nice to have you back. Good morning to everybody. From Afghanistan to Zimbabwe and the 190 some odd countries in between. Welcome to the Amazing Space Sports Network, where we celebrate the passion, the spirituality, and the unity of sports. And that's my opening. What have you got to add there?
Well, I just want to say, as I turn down our intro here a little bit so the folks can hear us more clearly, I just wanted to say you did a very fine job for yourself last week. As I tell you often, it's not easy behind the pane glass window here.
It's not easy being Kevin. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, we know that, but it's not easy doing the job here. It's of the board and things like that. But you handled yourself just fine, and I'm sure I'll be a little rusty today. So if there's any issues throughout the day, just give us a call, and we'll be happy to fix that for you. We're learning as we go.
We're learning as we go here with Restream and the rest of the technical assistance that we get on this show.
But I will say, as I have heard, and as many have told us, the quality on the radio, AM 590 WEZE, is seamless. So
far superior.
We'll take that.
Far superior to YouTube and Restream.
Yes.
So tune into us on the radio if you can. It will sound better. We'll sound better.
So it's good to be back here on this rainy Saturday morning. A lot to get to here. Of course, the Bruins, they're out on the West Coast. And their West Coast swing, just a big overtime win on Friday night against the LA Kings. And they're playing, well, I think a lot better than people thought. The Celtics, well, they're...
Well.
We'll just leave it at that. We'll say more on that. And, of course, we have the NFL heading in here to week number 12. Patriots have a big game in Cincinnati this week, Sunday. And, well, Clay, will we see the return of Joe Burrow?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. We'll get into all that today. And the phone number as well, 844-249-5247.
Okay, let's get into prayer. And prayer. Yes, we're victory in spiritual warfare. We are in chapter 7, Healing Broken Relationships. Section 4, which is healing broken relationships. And we are in the shield of faith. This prayer is for everyone because there are so many opportunities for broken relationships to occur between loved ones. And if you're over 25 or 30, you know this. Pray this prayer for any broken and estranged relationship between you and the ones that you love. Father God, today I need you as the author of my faith to act as a shield in my ongoing struggle with a broken relationship. May the darts of the enemy fall to the ground when they strike your impenetrable shield. It is by faith that I walk through this pain and hurt, for I know that you, Lord, will redeem that which I once believed was lost. I have faith that you, Lord, can restore our affection, kindness, and love for one another. I know that you, Lord, can bind our broken hearts in a deeper unity than before. I know that you, Lord, can and will do these things if it is in our best interests. If it is not, I know that you can also heal us on your own. Lord, Father God, I thank you for all that you do and all that you have done with this relationship to foster my growth as a person, as well as an evolving and maturing child of God. I invoke the name of Jesus Christ with this prayer. Amen.
Amen.
Broken relationships. There we go. And they happen. All right. I think we're ready for the joke of the day. You got this one, Kevin?
All right. He's been dying for me to do the joke of the day. The last 3 times he's added this joke of the day segment into the program, which I guess was now going to be a running theme here on the show. We're going to have some sort of sound to that, or the drum, whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, exactly. We'll just leave Clay to do that. Anyway, the joke of the day. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. A small town had 3 churches, Presbyterian, Methodist, and Catholic. All three had a serious problem with squirrels
Squirrels.
in the church building, and each had a meeting to deal with the problem. Well, the Presbyterians met first,
Yes.
and they decided that it was predestined that the squirrels be in the church and that they should just have to learn to live with them.
Just have to live with them.
All right. The Methodists come along next. They decided they should deal with the squirrels lovingly in the style of Charles Wesley.
The immortal Charles Wesley.
They humanely trapped them and released them into a park at the edge of town. Within 3 days, the squirrels came back to church. And then the Catholics met finally. They had the best solution.
Of course.
They baptized and confirmed the squirrels. Now they only see them at Christmas and Easter. That's good. That's a great one.
That's right. Once you become a Catholic, Christmas and Easter, that's about the only time the church will see you. Lapsed Catholic. Come on, get in there. Stop it. All right. How was that, Kevin? That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good. Well done. Well done. Don't quit your day job, though, I will say.
Yeah.
We're
working on it.
We're working on it. It's good. It's funny. All righty, then. From the joke of the day to today in history. A couple of 3 questions to start off here, so let's get into it.
Let's get ready to rumble. Today in history.
On November the 22nd, 1945, Cleveland Rams, yes, indeed, the Cleveland Rams wide receiver, Jim Benton, well, he gained 303 yards and 28-21 win over the Detroit Lions. It was the NFL single-game record that stood for more than 40 years. Who owns that record now? And I believe we have a photo, if you're watching us on the stream, of Jim Benton back in 1940s, right there.
Something.
They don't wear
big
that.
Guy. They called him Big Jim Benton. He stood 6'3", which was pretty big in that time. I mean, it's not so much big now in the NFL, but I guess in the NFL at that time, that was a pretty tall guy. 303 yards is a lot. And he did this, ladies and gentlemen, he did this in the game with no overtime. Just the 4 quarters. The guy who owns the record now has it in overtime. I don't know if that's a hint. And it's the guy that you probably never even heard before. No, I mean, I doubt it.
Well, if you never heard of Jim Benton, I'm sure you haven't heard of this person.
I haven't heard of this guy.
Yeah. Look at the uniforms, though. I mean, back in the day.
Oh, my gosh. You had to be tough.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, I mean, you had to be a dirt devil because that helmet, what is it, leather? Yeah, you're going to leave with that? Oh, well.
I guess not.
I guess not. I would hope not, but
not today.
I'm sure everyone did. Okay. Today in history, on November 22nd, 1972, the Pittsburgh Penguins set the NHL record for scoring the fastest 5 goals ever in the history of the National Hockey League. They did so in 2 minutes and 7 seconds in a 10-4 win over the St. Louis Blues, who were the 5 that scored the goals. So the question is, who were the 5 that scored the goals? There were 5. That's kind of a hint there because in some of these other ones, you have a guy who scored twice or 3 times, but these are actually 5 guys, 5 separate guys who scored a goal in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. The first 2 minutes and 7 seconds of the game. Wow.
Well, if you know the answer to this, you're a avid, not just Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but a hockey fan.
You should be
as well. Yeah, it's a great.
That's right.
It's a great stat.
Come on, get into it. You're going to follow it, and some of you even follow it too closely by, gambling sites. You should know these things.
1972.
Good year.
There we go. All righty. November 22nd, 1986. To boxing we go. 20-year-old Mike Tyson. You ever heard of him before? He became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history when he stopped title holder Trevor Berbick in round 2 at the Las Vegas Hilton to earn the WBC title. Question, who was the youngest before Mike Tyson, and how old was he when he won the title? Yeah. Here's a picture now of Mike Tyson. Clay asked me, get me a picture before he got any of those tattoos on his face or
crazy
anything.
Looking Maui or whatever they want to call them, tribal tattoos all over his face and body. He looks like a raccoon. It's got that around the eye look with one of the tattoos. I don't know what's going on with Mike these days.
Clay's not a fan of the tattoos. There we go. And
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well,
Mike,
neither am I.
You can't take them off.
There he is in his prime right there, Mike Tyson. So yes, who was the youngest before that? Before Mike Tyson?
Very well-known heavyweight boxer, and I'm not going to give any hints on this. I want you guys to look it up. I'm not going to give you any hints.
Clay, do you stay up late on ESPN and watch the heavyweight fights and the UFC? And
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite the. I think ESPN is smart to take ownership of it because it's quite popular.
Yes. Boxing will always have a popular rating. People like to see two men square off and go at it. It's just something primal.
Right.
I mean, what can we say, ladies and gentlemen? And there it is, the UFC too. I mean, you might duck at the end. You might want to close your eyes, but during it, you're watching it really hard.
Right. Well, ESPN does a lot of dumb things. I would say that would be a smart thing that they do. So.
Yeah. The majority of what ESPN does is dumb, and there's no way to get around it. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's unwatchable. Stephen A. Smith is practically unwatchable these days. So almost all the shows are practically unwatchable unless it is a live sport.
That's so true. So true. All right. So if you know the answers to those questions, sit and think on that for a while. We're going to say hello to a couple of our great sponsors here that keep us on the air each and every week. And then to your calls and to the many topics at hand today. This is the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZE.
Hey, are you feeling a little achy or sore from the cold weather? Then take a visit to Dylan's Russian Steam Bath. At Dylan's Dry Sauna or Wet Steam Room, you can de-escalate, de-stress, and detox your body and mind. A hot place of massage or a variety of oil massages are available. You will enjoy the relaxed atmosphere that features a nutritious snack bar, large screen television, and comfortable lounge chairs to cool off in during your visit. They have two convenient locations, one in Chelsea and the other in Quincy. Find them online at Dylan's Russian Steam Bath or call 617-549-3484 for more information. To enjoy your best health, visit Dylan's Russian Steam Bath, where heat, steam, and water have a therapeutic effect.
Well, my friends, I want to talk to you about computers. Is your computer screen cracked or have a black screen? Is it slow to charge or does it exhibit abnormal battery drainage? Does your PC run slow or have keyboard issues? Well, then Philcomp Computer Center, located at 1690 Dorchester Avenue, is your remedy for all your computer and medical problems. Philcomp Computer Center has been in the computer repair, upgrade, malware removal, and data recovery business for over 20 years. Whether your computer is a Mac or IBM based, give them a call. Their number, 617-265-1910. That is 617-265-1910. To solve all your computer problems, our good friends at the Philcomp Computer Center.
Do you want to live a happier, healthier lifestyle? Do you want to get rid of back, hip, and neck pains? Then look no further than Karma Yoga. Karma is an accomplished and experienced yoga instructor who specializes in total body restorative yoga. So whether you are young or old, short or tall, in shape or out of shape, Karma is your best choice. Check out her classes and times at karmadanyoga.com. That's karmadanyoga.com. Your body and mind deserve good karma.
Well, of course, I want to thank our great sponsors, Dylan's Karma and Philcomp Computer Center, keeping us rolling each week so Clay and I can talk passionately about all things sports and jokes and trivia and everything else.
Yes, what else? Anything else? You name it, we'll go there. Badminton, lacrosse, F1 racing, Formula racing. Just call in 844-249-5247, 844-249-5247.
Yes, indeed. Well, Clay, the Boston Bruins, as mentioned, out on the West Coast, a 2-1 win over the LA Kings on Friday evening. If you stayed up late to watch that game, puck dropped at 10:30 on Friday night. And, of course, out there in LA, Bruins 7-3 in the last 10 games. Sit first atop the Atlantic Division. If you said that 2 weeks ago, well, I would have called you crazy.
If you had said at the beginning of the season, I would have called you crazy.
Maybe that too. And, well, we'll see where things go. I have more to say in a minute, but he's sitting by the phone as always. Wayne's on the line. Wayne, BC's off today. That must be a good feeling.
Oh man, I feel like Charlie Brown when every time Lucy pulls the ball away just before he kicks it. It's just
Goes flying.
unbelievable.
Is that what happened last week with BC?
It was a tough game last week. Heartbreaker.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I don't.
Yeah.
Is it? Yes. They pulled the ball away again because you did predict that they were going to beat. What was that team again?
Well, they had Georgia Tech last week.
Georgia Tech.
I didn't predict anything. I wasn't on the air last week.
Oh, it was
so,
Wayne.
yeah.
Wayne predicted they were going to beat Georgia Tech.
Well, I think when we had that 3rd and 1 and we gave up possession of the ball, that doomed us. We were winning at that point. Pick up the first down, run the clock out, and secure the win.
Well, that's the theme all year, Wayne. They've been winning at that point, and they just have not been able to seal a deal in several of these games. And as record shows, the 1-10 record, and
1-10,
and possibly the only win will come against Fordham. They will get a chance next week for the final game up in Syracuse against a 3-7 Syracuse team. So let's hope for a second win and only win to.
I got to ask the question to the two of you.
End the year.
Have they ever lost 8, 9 in a row like this? I mean, I can't remember a BC team being this bad.
There was a time back in, Wayne, I don't know if you remember this, about 10 years ago. I think it was 2015, I want to say, with Steve Adazio, that they finished about 3-9. I think they did, or about 2-10 around there, and otherwise.
Wow.
But as I mentioned, Clay, 6-6, 7-5. That's the mantra of the Boston College Eagles of the past decade.
Well, I'll take that over 1-9.
Well, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And you try to warn me about that, Kevin. I had on rose-colored glasses, I guess. So
well, that's what I mean. Listen, Wayne, as I told you before, I admire the optimism. I really do.
Pretty thick rose-colored glasses too.
I really do admire the optimism. And listen, I thought they were going to be much better than 1-10. I think a lot of people did. It's been a surprisingly bad season, no doubt about it.
I do have a question going towards the football, the NFL. Do you prefer to the statement to be the best, you have to be the best to beat the best, or you want to start avoiding particular teams to win a championship?
I'd say if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah, I think
get it over with.
I think a perfect example of that, Wayne, is the conundrum that the Bills have found themselves in, and yeah, the Bills have had great regular season success the past few years here, but what have they not been able to do? What have they not been able to do? And that is beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. Well, not just win an AFC championship, but get past Kansas City. The only team that's done it is Joe Burrow and the Bengals. That's it. In the and besides Brady, back in 2019, in his last year with the Patriots. But other than that, Burrow's the only one that's been able to do it. And Josh Allen and the Bills have been given many an opportunity to win
yes,
and to head to the Super Bowl, and they haven't been able to do it. So I would agree.
I don't think we have to worry about Buffalo or Joe Burrow's being in the. We might not even have to worry about Kansas City being in the playoffs.
Well, the way things are shaping up, you're exactly right.
I do want to wish you guys and the listeners a happy Thanksgiving, and I want to take a stab at the NFL single season rushing record. Would that be Eric Dickerson, who's SMU Mustangs we had here in the Heights just a couple weeks back?
Who just beat BC, what was it, 2 weeks ago? No, it's actually a receiving record. It's not a rushing record. So it's a receiving record. So it's not going to be Eric Dickerson.
I thought you said it was a single season rushing record.
Well, it's actually a receiving record. And I'm not sure if we said rushing or receiving, but we can clarify it now by saying it is a receiving record.
Oh, I thought I heard single season Russian. Okay, my bad.
No, you probably don't know this guy anyway. He's not a big name like Eric Dickerson. You're going to have to really dig in deep to get this.
I never heard of him.
I know that you can do it, though. I know that you can.
Listen, again, happy Thanksgiving to you all, your family, your listeners, and the crew there at ZDC and the WEZE, and I'm going to talk with you soon.
Talk with you soon,
Wayne. Thank you for calling. We are very thankful for you as well for all your calls and commentary, and we appreciate it. So happy Thanksgiving.
Let's go BC.
Come on.
Well, they're going to get one more shot at it, one more shot to end this miserable year. So we'll see next Saturday. Thanks so much, Wayne.
I got to ask a question to you, Kevin. If Bill O'Brien loses this last game.
No, he's not going to be fired. He's not gonna be
If
fired.
anyone should be fired, it should be him.
Who else are you going to bring in?
I don't
You
know, but who else can go 1-10? You can't tell me there's somebody who can't do better than this.
Brian Kelly. You think Brian Kelly should come in?
I don't know.
From,
He's got to be able to
LSU?
do better than 1-10.
By the way, speaking of LSU, it looks like the LSU Tigers, from reports, are that they're going to make a massive deal to pry Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
And the musical chairs continue down in SEC college football. So it looks like Lane Kiffin could be heading to LSU.
They have the money to do it down there in the SEC.
Yeah, that is for sure.
So they can get it done.
Anyway, back to the NHL. As mentioned, the Bruins with an overtime win last night, 2-1 in LA. Morgan Geekie, the game winner, and he scored 2 of the goals that the Bruins scored last night and leads the team, Clay, in goals with 16 scored on the year. Bruins, as mentioned, sit atop the Atlantic Division with a 13-10 record. They have not lost a game in overtime yet, so 13-10 in 23 games played, 26 points, and that is good also for being the 4th best team in the entirety of the Eastern Conference.
And where do they rank in the power rankings after all this? I'll tell you, number 14. Number 14.
What site are you looking at?
I'm looking at the NHA power rankings.
14th overall?
14th overall.
I mean,
overall,
they're the 10th best team if we're going off records.
Yes. In other words, they have no confidence in the Bruins going forward. Do you have any confidence? I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Let's just get to it.
Sure.
Okay. The Boston Bruins. We know them. We love them. But how long will the Bruins continue their winning ways as we know them?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I can't have a pinpoint a time where I think either it's going to continue or going to stop. They sort of take one game at a time here. But listen, they're playing well. Yeah. Listen, two guys out there that are competing at a high level.
Right. David
Pastrnak, obviously, 11 goals, 17 assists, 28 points, leads the team in total ice time. He's out there, played in every game, along with Morgan Geekie, who leads the team in goals, as mentioned, with 16, 22 points, 6 assists, and 23 games played. Okay. So you got those 2 guys, high caliber players. I would say right now, if the Bruins ought to have 2 All-Stars or whatever. Actually, no, there's no the Olympics this year. But anyway, those are my 2 All-Stars for the Bruins, if we were to pick them. But anyway, the 3rd highest goal scorer, Clay, is Pavel Zacha with only 5 goals. Excuse me, Victor Arvidsson with 6 goals, and then
6.
Zacha behind at 5. So if the Bruins are to continue, as you say, their winning ways, they need to get some more goals scored from some of their guys. Obviously Elias Lindholm, well, that issue has the money they have spent on him with his inconsistencies and his injuries. He's got a lower body injury, hasn't played since October the 30th, and he did join the team on the road trip out west. So we'll see if we get to see him so far. But obviously, only 17 goals scored last year, 47 points. He's got 4 goals already in 13 games played this year. So the money is being played, we would expect a little bit more out of.
Do you think they're going to end up at the top of the Atlantic?
No. Do I think they're going to end up at the top of the Atlantic Division? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, Florida is, while they're on the outside looking in, 23 points. They're only 3 back of the Bruins at 11-8. I think they're still built to make a deep run here. I think, you look at other teams. Toronto has not played well to start the year. They're way back in the bottom, actually, of the not just the Atlantic Division, but the Eastern Conference. Ottawa's playing well. The Red Wings and the Canadiens are playing well. Surprisingly, the Canadiens have stumbled a little bit. They've lost 5 games in a row. The Bruins took care of them last Saturday night up in Montreal. You've got the Red Wings involved in this as well. And so, listen, I'm not going to predict here sitting on November the 22nd where the Bruins are going to be in mid-April. But listen, there's certainly a difference in this team. I spoke about it here before. There is more of a physicality team. I think you see a lot of these Bruins players that are buying into Marco Sturm's difference of approach than perhaps we saw with Jim Montgomery in years prior. So listen, right now it's working. 7-3 in the last 10 games, and they seem to be playing well as a team. I think the stats back them up. They're not leading the league in all sorts of statistics, but they got the 7th best penalty kill, the 4th best power play percentage, the 8th best face-off percentage. So those are some pretty respectable stats right now here. Okay. And do I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup?
Or no. Let's just get to how many playoff wins you think they're going to get.
Oh, I don't. It depends on who they're going to play, Clay. I can't predict that now. Okay. Do you think they're going to make it to the Stanley Cup? No, I don't think they're going to make the Stanley Cup. No. And listen, I hope I'm wrong. But I mean, this team I don't think is assembled to win a Stanley Cup. But
I don't think so either.
But I will say Jeremy Swayman is playing a lot better than he did last year.
It wasn't his fault. The Bruins screwed him. I mean, you gotta throw some onus on management.
Yeah, it's not his fault, but he didn't do himself well enough by getting into shape for the season.
How are you gonna get in shape when they sign you one week before?
I know. Listen. You know my thoughts on it.
Sign the guy so the guy can get into training camp and get in shape. He can't come into training camp if you didn't sign him. So he couldn't come. And then they intentionally did that. And when they did that, then they said, "Oh, look at him. We paid him this money, and he's not in shape." Well, you didn't let him get in there.
You don't have to tell me. You know my thoughts, and I will go back and roll the tape. But
okay.
But so I mean, November 22nd. Talk to me and at the start of the new year. Okay. But listen, I like where this team is right now.
I think.
Am I cautiously optimistic? Yes, I'm cautiously optimistic. I like the team. I think they need to get a little bit more to help Pasternak and Morgan Geekie out. Yeah. But the stats are there, and yeah, I take one game at a time, Clay. One game at a time. I don't look to April when we're here in November.
These guys are going to do the usual Bruin thing. They're going to push real hard during the regular season. They're going to wear out all their guys because they don't give them enough help. They don't give them enough stars. Okay, they expect their stars the one or two that they have to give 150%, wear them down. They'll be done by the playoffs. I don't anticipate that if they make the playoffs, they'll be out in the first round. So forget about the Stanley Cup. That's my assessment of the three questions that I asked you.
But I will say this team is exceeding expectations, given the fact that they really didn't make any moves in the offseason, as you had mentioned. There was really not much, with the exception of Victor Arvidsson, who they brought in. There really wasn't much, if any. They brought back Sean Corrali. I mean, he's a fourth line guy. They didn't bring in any help. So
none.
But things have improved. There have been things that have been issues that the Bruins have struggled with in years prior that have improved and stabilized. So I think that is showing it here. Early days yet, though, as we only about a month and a half into the season.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to translate into playoff wins for these guys. But moving on to the Celtics, what do we got here?
Oh, good. Well, the Celtics losing last night to the now Brooklyn 3-12 Brooklyn Nets. And by the way, the two teams that Brooklyn had beaten this year, Clay, now the third, the Celtics, were the two teams that just are not very good. And that was the Charlotte. I think it was the Charlotte. I know they beat the
whatever they are now.
They beat the Pacers and they beat the Wizards. The two teams that were below
the Wizards,
the Brooklyn Nets and the Nets.
How do they still have a franchise?
Who, Brooklyn?
Yeah,
a fairly new franchise.
Washington. I mean, these guys are the worst of the worst.
Since the days of John Wall, the Wizards have not had done anything. They've really become just an irrelevant franchise. But that being said, the Nets winning in the group play of the NBA Cup last night at the Garden, 113-105. Mm-hmm. It's just, I'd say an unacceptable loss, really, against the Brooklyn Nets team.
They were ahead at one time.
I know they were. Are the Celtics going to do what the Pacers are doing? And that's clearly tanking. Their Pacers are 2-14, and they realize they're not going to have Tyrese Halliburton back. And there's some talent on that team, but obviously the heart and soul of that team being Tyrese Halliburton. And, the Pacers, 1 year removed from being the Eastern Conference champions, and look at them now. But Clay, I told you of a team. We talked about this when this whole saga was unfolding with what the Celtics were going to do when they traded Porzingis, traded Drew Holiday, yada yada. I said, who was a team that was going to sort of rise up from the ashes and pick up the pieces from the chaos here?
Detroit.
And that's the Detroit Pistons, who sit atop the Eastern Conference right now at 13-2. Behind them, the Toronto Raptors, surprisingly, at 11-5. The Cavaliers round out 11-6. New York 9-5. Miami 10-6, and the 76ers at 9-6. The Celtics actually at 8-8 right now, 5-5 in the last 10 games. They have played mediocre basketball all year because they are a mediocre team. And you got to wonder, without Jaylen Brown on this team, where this team would actually be.
Doesn't matter
right now.
But anyway, don't you have some questions for me?
I guess so, if you really want to.
Let's get to it.
Yes. For you concerning the Celtics, how long will they continue their losing ways?
They will continue to losing ways for the rest of the season. I expect a less than mediocre performance. Right now, they're average because, they're average. But I expect that they will be well below 500 by the end of the season. Question number 2.
Okay. You don't like me to go off script here. Question number 2, how many playoff wins? Well, I think we know the answer to this.
None.
Yeah,
None.
I don't even think we need to
There's not
go
going to be
there.
any playoff wins for these guys.
Okay, and then are they bound for the lottery?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Headed for it quickly. I give them another month before they totally tank.
Well, don't tell Jaylen Brown that. He was asked last night about sort of the Celtics play, and he said, quote, come ready to play or don't come at all. That's my whole thing. We got to come ready to play. We just went through the motions tonight. I don't understand. So
I like his attitude.
Jaylen is missing Jason Tatum. That is for sure. And Joe Mazzulla echoing that, saying they played better. They, being the Brooklyn Nets, played better than we did, regardless of record. At our best, we have to play at such a different level. Physically, mentally, we have to play at a different level to be our best. If we don't play at that level, physically, mentally at our best, well, we can lose any night to anybody.
Well, Brooklyn,
he's not wrong there.
Brooklyn won 3 games so far. I mean, they're not that bad. I mean, they could be the
well, again, the teams they beat.
They could be the Washington Wizards, who only won 1. So, I mean, you got to give the Celtics a break there. The Celtics really, they got ambushed. They got ambushed in this.
Sarcasm there, I can tell. But, well, again, we talk about what the Celtics are to do in the playoffs and rushing Tatum back and this whole recovery period that is expected to be going very well for him. And that's great. But, again, what is the point? To be the 10th seed and to play a high seed? Like, what is the point here? Can you tell me what is the point to rush him back and get in the play-in tournament for not even a guarantee you're going to make the playoffs?
No, they have a golden opportunity to tank this year and get an athletic, very good player somewhere in the draft, early in the draft next year, and bolster the team. And they should take advantage of it. There's no use rushing Jason Tatum back early. Jaylen Brown, you always wanted to be the star. Well, you are now the star. Learn how to shoulder it.
There we go. Okay, well, that's really much it on the Celtics and the
Bruins.
The Boston Bruins.
Yes.
Here. Bruins Sunday night, 8 o'clock in San Jose as they continue their West Coast swing. And, of course, for the Boston Celtics, they stay home, welcome the Orlando Magic to town, the Magic at 9-7 Sunday night. So both the Bruins and Celtics in action on Sunday evening. All righty, then. Why don't we go back to our sponsors here, say hello to the Early American and Oyama Investments. Come right back, and it's to the NFL we go. Big matchup for the Patriots in Cincinnati, and our picks coming up on the Amazing Grace Sports Network.
Where do you go for the best breakfast and the best lunch in the South Metro Boston Quincy area? You go to the Early American Diner located at 1054 Hancock Street in Quincy. From their strawberry shortcake French toast to their famous corned beef hash for breakfast to the lunch menu, which includes a variety of burgers and specialty sandwiches such as the Waldorf turkey, made with roasted turkey, apple slices, and walnuts. So, whether you want to dine in their cozy restaurant, take out, or have it delivered, the Early American Diner in historic Quincy, Massachusetts, is your go-to eatery to enjoy great food at great prices at your convenience.
Of course, we want to thank our friends at the Early American Diner. Clay, you've been in there recently, right? Head in there. Quite a bit. There you go. Alrighty then. Well, we do want to say hello to our friends at Oyama Investments. Thinking about eating, you may want to think about buying a house as well. We want to welcome you into Oyama Investments. If you're out there driving around, searching for your next home, a place to call home, well, your dreams do find a foundation. Our friends at Oyama Investments. They're more than just real estate. They are your trusted partner, helping you building that future. Whether you're interested in a property, a lot of land that'll grow with you, or purchasing again that dream home, you make the process easy, transparent, and rewarding as well. And they specialize in finding properties that align perfectly with your goals. Just imagine this: you're owning a piece of the future, whether it be that luxury apartment, commercial space, or family home in a perfect neighborhood. And well, if you're new to the real estate investing world, don't worry. They're here every step of the way, helping you make informed choices with confidence. And with real estate prices rising, there's never been a better time to invest. Ready to see your dreams come to life? Visit their website, www.oyamainvestments.com. Give them a call, 617-221-8881 today, where your vision becomes reality. That's good friends at Oyama Investments.
Very good company. Very, very, very good company.
Yes, indeed. Want to thank them for what they do. All right, and again, the number 844-249-5247. Clay, the Patriots are back Thursday night win last week against the New York Jets, 27-14. I know we talked about that last week on the air, and as the team that sits atop the AFC at 9-2.
The whole AFC.
Actually, the Broncos do sit atop the AFC at 9-2, given their wins in the division. But both identical records as of that. Do the Denver Broncos concern you in an AFC potential? And here we are talking about an AFC championship. We haven't even gotten there yet, but
we should.
Do the Broncos concern you, or the Patriots having to go into Denver?
Only if we have to go into Denver. If we don't have to go into Denver, no, they don't concern me. I just want to ask you this question, Kevin. Who's the best team in the AFC? Who is the best team in the AFC?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm ready to say it. The New England Patriots. I am finally there. I am finally there, and I'm happy to be there. I'm thrilled to be there, and I want to commend you, Clay, for showing me the light. Not that I wasn't going into the season saying the Patriots were going to be, this horrible team, yada, yada, yada. I really didn't think we were going to be here, and here we are.
And here we are.
I'm going to take that Oyama Investments down, see our beautiful faces, but and here we are. Here we are, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Yes, indeed.
And I think they're better than the Indianapolis Colts, who I've been high on all year.
You have been. But that's Jonathan Taylor. Right, and should they ever meet Jonathan Taylor, they have the best run defense in the NFL.
Well, it is Jonathan Taylor. It was, to start the year, Daniel Jones. It's like, wow, this guy. The Giants fans would be like, wow, I wish we could have this guy. And, well, you did.
You did.
Couldn't
but they had Saquon Barkley
control
too,
man.
at the same time. Daniel Jones and Saquon.
Why can't we get players like that?
I'm sure that's what they're saying.
But anyway, we'll see the Patriots will see the Giants next week, Monday Night Football at Gillette. But that being said, Patriots do have a matchup against the AFC North in Cincinnati tomorrow afternoon, Clay, 1:00, as mentioned. We are not sure who the Bengals are going to start. It's going to be someone with the first name Joe.
Yeah, we would know that.
Whether it's Clay's favorite quarterback, Joe Flacco, my other favorite quarterback, Joe Burrow.
our two favorite players on the same team.
Yeah, exactly right. We hope they lose, though, whoever it is.
No, they're going to lose.
I think, obviously, a lost season for the Cincinnati Bengals. There was some hope that when Burrow went down, they brought in Flacco, and, we saw the Thursday night game a couple weeks ago. I know, Clay, that you were high on with the against Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they did have some opportunities. The Bengals defense is absolutely atrocious. Terrible. Jamar Chase, must be saying to himself, what the heck am I getting into here? But that being said, the Bengals sit at 3-7. They've lost 3 games in a row. Whether it's Burrow, whether it's Flacco, in this case, I think the Patriots will take care of the Bengals tomorrow afternoon.
Well, ask me who I think.
Who do you think, Clay? Who do you think's going to win?
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what the sports writers in this area, the New England area, are scared to say. I'm going to say what the national sports writers are afraid to say. Though the words scare and afraid are synonyms, they have very different meaning in this scenario. In this situation, scared means chicken, squeamish, or uncomfortable. Afraid, on the other hand, means filled with fear, being thrown into the state of panic. What they're both running from, even if it's for different reasons, is the fact that the New England Patriots are easily the best team in the NFL.
Not just the AFC, but the entire NFL.
Better
than the Eagles.
Yes.
Better than the Rams.
Yes.
All right.
They're more versatile, and they adapt faster and quicker. The game plan can change in the blink of an eye. They can carry it out. They don't stick by any rules. They don't feel like they have to run when they have to run. They don't feel like they have to pass when they've been told to pass. So they're much more interchangeable than either the Rams and I saw that game with the Rams and the
Seahawks last week.
Seahawks. They were terrible. They were the Patriots will kill them. Their only competition might be the Eagles, and I think they can outplay the Eagles, outplan and outplay them.
On that game, the Rams Seahawks, Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions, so sort of gave that game away for Seattle. In a close game too, by the way. You think your quarterback throws 4 interceptions, and you only lost the game. I think it was 21-19, I think.
Right.
That being said, I'm with you, Clay. I'm with you. And, we've talked about here before, the easy schedule, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, again, it's an easy schedule. But, the Patriots have proven themselves. Again, I mentioned this 2 weeks ago, up in Buffalo, Sunday night, in Tampa, a couple weeks ago. They've got another game against Buffalo at home. And then they got the game that we are circling a lot against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore in a couple of weeks here that I think is going to be a great match.
That's going to be the one.
And again, Baltimore, I think, will win the AFC North this year.
Well, yeah. The competition, the Pittsburgh Steelers, give me a break.
Despite all the
but the Browns, the Bengals, give me a break. Give me a
despite
break.
all
They
the
win that by default.
yeah.
I want to say that, and not enough credit's been given to Robert Kraft on this, because Robert Kraft really is the guy who has made this happen. I know we talked about the coaches, we've talked about the players, but this is the second time that Robert Kraft has struck gold in the coaching position. Okay, the first time we know was with Dr. Doom, Bill Belichick, and this time it's going to be sweeter. This time it's going to be sweeter because he won't have to deal with Belichick when the winning comes, because they got former head coaches on their team who do not care about the accolades. They do not care about any of it. Ben McAdoo, Doug Marrone, Josh McDaniels, and Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is the head coach, but all these guys are former head coaches. So they know what it takes to win, and they don't care who gets the credit. So they're going to get it done. And, I mean, Robert Kraft is going to come out smelling like a rose, which he should this time, because he dug in there. And just like he went and got Belichick. And remember now, Belichick was not a free agent. He had to go in there and turn tables to get Belichick. And in the public showdown, he had to give up a first-round draft pick to get him over to New England. He did that. He did everything he could to make this franchise a winning franchise back then. He's doing the same thing now.
He's an owner that cares about winning. And
Yes.
the buzz is back with the New England Patriots. You talk to people that have gone to Patriots games this year. You can feel it in the air that the buzz that they had and the feel-good attitude and everything back there, back in the Brady era, is back. And it just goes to show, the seriousness that Robert Kraft has shown to this future.
Correct. Something the Bruins could learn from.
Correct.
Yes.
And the Red Sox,
And
too,
the Red
mind
Sox.
you. The future and success of this organization. I can only imagine, we've seen it publicly, but privately, the thoughts of Robert Kraft the last 2 to 3
Robert
years.
Kraft, thank you.
Seeing the display of the team last year, seeing,
for the last 4 or 5 years.
seeing, we thought it was going to be Mac, and then that didn't work out.
Oh, gosh.
They brought in Cam Newton as a replacement, put up a valiant effort, but anyway, that
Cam
being
Newton. Are we serious? Cam Newton. I mean, you go from Tom Brady to Cam Newton, and I'm gonna challenge anybody to tell me that was not premeditated by Bill Belichick. I'll challenge anybody. You just don't let a guy like Tom Brady walk out the door if you don't already have someone in mind who's coming in. He can pretend all he wants, but when he grabs out there and he grabs a Cam Newton after Tom Brady left, he just wanted to show everybody that he thought he could take anybody and make them a champion.
Well, that being said, it's happy days are here again.
Yes, they are.
In Foxborough and across the region. If you're a Patriots fan,
2 chickens in every pot.
Yeah, and there we go. So, and by the way, in this game against the Bengals will be without Jamar Chase as well, who of course was suspended.
Of course,
for unsportsmanlike conduct. He appealed that suspension, but the NFL upheld that, so he will not be playing in this game for the Bengals. So,
what a knucklehead!
Whether it's Flacco, whether it's Burrow, they're going to be without the number one weapon, Jamar Chase. Still have T. Higgins, but I think the Patriots secondary will contain him just fine.
Lock them down.
Yeah.
This is over.
And by the way, the Patriots getting back 2 offensive weapons, although Clay may not find this person of any sort. Ramondre Stevenson.
Picture of him around here. I'll put him up there.
Is back. There's Clay's favorite guy.
That's my guy.
There he is, Mr. Henderson, who has taken off.
My man.
Been given an opportunity.
Thank you, son.
Been given an opportunity, obviously, with Ramondre Stevenson out. He's back, so we'll see how they balance that. And Patriots also getting Keyshawn Boutte back as well. So another weapon for Drake May to target here on Sunday. Alrighty then, why don't we head to Week 12 in the NFL?
Yes.
Our picks here, and last week, well, I wasn't on the air, and we'll just say that was null and void last week in Week 11.
Yeah, I was kind of rushed.
Yeah,
it's not really my fault. I had to do this, I had to do that. I had a million things to do. I really couldn't concentrate on my picks.
Don't worry about it.
You don't want to know the record that I had.
It's all good.
Abysmal.
We had a Thursday night game already, of course, and the Houston Texans. Yes, indeed, the
oh my God,
now 6-5, Houston Texans, who have found themselves trying to make the playoffs here, and well, they've defeated the Buffalo Bills down there in Houston, 23-19. Josh Allen, the Bills now have 4 losses. They have, they've not played well, Clay. It's been a weird season in Buffalo. They've been able to beat the Chiefs at home. They've been able to, look at times like a Super Bowl team, and then they lose down in Atlanta. They lose down in Houston. They remember the game 2 weeks ago in Miami when they got blown out. It's been a weird year, but and by the way, not even without C.J. Stroud, Davis Mills in there beating Josh Allen on Thursday night.
Beating him down.
Yeah. So there we go. That was 23-19 win on Thursday night. All right, Week 12 Sunday games. First game here, we have a good matchup. Well, in terms of records, 6-4. Pittsburgh Steelers still hanging on to the AFC North lead by a thread. They traveled to Clay. Yes, indeed, the surprise team this year, the 7-3 Chicago Bears.
Yes.
Bears favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm not sure if Aaron Rodgers is going to play in this game. He did have a brace in the broken wrist, questionable to play in this game. So if not, they'll turn to Mason Rudolph. That being said, give me the Bears to continue their winning ways and as top of the NFC North. I'll take them over Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely. If Rodgers is not playing, it's a fait accompli, which means it's a done deal. I'm taking Chicago with that also. I get to announce this game. I love this. We have the New England Patriots with a 9-2 record traveling to Cincinnati, okay, for a 1 o'clock game. Tickets can be low as $58. Wow, nobody really cares in Cincinnati. Even the Patriots are coming there. Anyway, I'm taking the Patriots. I'm not even going to prolong it. Patriots. Doesn't matter. Everyone wants to know if Joe Burrow is playing. It doesn't matter if Joe Burrow plays. It's over.
Yeah, there we go. Whether it's Joe Flacco, Joe Namath, Joe Burrow, whoever it is, I don't think any Joe is going to save the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, they're not.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So we talked about this game. Obviously, I'll take the Patriots in this one.
There we go.
All right, the Giants, the 2-9 lowly New York Giants, traveled to the Detroit Lions, 6-4. The Lions coming off a loss on Sunday night. Obviously, the big news out of the Meadowlands this past week, Clay, or 2 weeks ago, was the firing of Brian Daboll, and the Giants. What's happening with the Giants?
It's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time.
Where's
here.
Mike McDaniels in this? I mean, he should. Him and Brian Daboll should be arm in arm walking out their doors.
Yeah, exactly right. That being said, they traveled to Detroit Lions 6-4. Detroit actually on the outside looking in of a playoff appearance right now, third in the NFC North. So they need to basically win out here. Let's keep it going for the Lions. I'll take them. Jameis Winston starting for the Giants in this one. I'll take the Lions in Detroit to bounce back.
Well, Jameis, you've seen better days with Tampa Bay. You've even seen better days with Cleveland. They had a better record than this. But unfortunately, you're not going to see better days come tomorrow. I'm taking Detroit and Jeff Goff to win the game. Then we have Minnesota with J.J. McCarthy, not Sam Darnold, who they shipped out of there in order to play J.J. McCarthy. We have Minnesota traveling to Green Bay. Minnesota's 4-6. Green Bay is 6-3. And you can get tickets there as low as $151. Obviously, they care a lot about their team in Green Bay. Not so much in Minnesota, but it doesn't matter because Green Bay should win this. Even with the $180 million they paid to Micah Parsons to have a sub-500 defense. I mean, below five,
right.
Top 5 defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take the Packers as well, 6-1 this year, and Packers first time facing J.J. McCarthy. I don't think the Vikings will be making the playoffs this year. They sit at 4-6. They've lost 2 games in a row. Green Bay, well, they're 1 game behind the Chicago Bears, so they're going to have to keep winning here. And they got Detroit. Obviously, can never count them out. So I'll take the Packers in a NFC North matchup against young J.J. McCarthy, still figuring himself out up there.
He's terrible.
In Minnesota. Alrighty then. To Nashville we go. The Seattle Seahawks travel down to the lowly Tennessee Titans, the 1-9 at Tennessee Titans. Seattle coming off an NFC West loss last week against their rivals, the LA Rams. Sam Darnold throwing 4 interceptions, although he's had a pretty good year in Seattle. A tough game last week. I expect him to recover and pick apart the lowly Tennessee Titans, who could very well, Clay, pick number 1 again in back-to-back years. They thought Cameron Ward would be the savior. Well, it's not working out so well down there.
Why does anybody expect a rookie quarterback to come in and save them? They have lost their mind. And for that reason, they're going to be 1-10. I'm taking Seattle in this one also.
$18 for a ticket there if you want to hop on a quick flight to Nashville.
You can get in. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be room at the front. Just move on down. Next game, we have Indianapolis. It used to be Kevin's favorite team, who are 8-2. They're traveling to Kansas City. They take on the 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs. It's do or die in KC. But Indy has cushion in this, and I feel like they're not approaching it with the right attitude. I'm taking Kansas City to win.
I'm only going to take Kansas City because at home, obviously a very difficult place to play. But if Jonathan Taylor's on, he's on. We've known that. The Colts had an overtime win 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. They're in what was that, in Berlin? And
we're talking about the Falcons.
Coming off a bye here, so they'll be a little bit well rested. Obviously, Kansas City losing in Denver last week. Kansas City really can't afford to lose any more games. Even though it's week 12 sitting at 5-5 with the way the wild card shaping up. And I think the division is, well, just about almost over here. We'll talk about that in the next couple of weeks here. But anyway, I think Mahomes bounces back. As much as I don't like to take Kansas City anytime, I will take them against the Colts. And we would hope the Kansas City Chiefs would actually help the Patriots as well, get the Colts off our backs here for the AFC league.
Number 1 seed.
Already in the Jets at 2-8, obviously losing last Thursday night to the Patriots at Gillette. They travel to the Ravens at 5-5. Clay, the Ravens are finally back to 500.
This is
Take
a tough
them.
game. It's a really tough game.
I'm sure it is. Not so much for me, though. Ravens easily against the Jets. And, well, Clay, if the Ravens win and the Steelers lose, we'll now have a tie in the AFC North. And I think an inevitable one at that for the Ravens.
I think I have to flip a coin on this. I mean, because the Jets, they're just up and coming. I mean, like Jets, Jets. Yeah, right. Baltimore is going to take this one. Baltimore's favored by 13.5. I think that about says it all. Next, we have Cleveland, 2-8, traveling to Las Vegas, 2-8.
Now the toilet bowl game of the week.
Toilet bowl game of the week. Yes.
And yes, indeed, the moment is here.
The moment has arrived.
Shedeur Sanders, we saw last week, come in for Dylan Gabriel, now making his first NFL start.
It's going to be legendary.
Who do you like, Clay? You going to take him?
Taking Vegas at home.
I'm with you on that. Even though it's been a abysmal year for year one of Pete Carroll with the Las Vegas Raiders, I can't see how Geno Smith would be the future of that organization going forward.
Well, with the money they paid him, they're not going to cut him. I mean, they always do
maybe
this.
they will. I know. Teams do this.
Yeah.
They think he's got a couple good years and then goes to a different organization and
plops.
So
fizz.
give me the Raiders, but we wish Shedeur well in his first game.
I don't. I hope he gets crushed because I don't want to hear about him again. I'm so tired of listening about the Sanders. They're such a bum crumb family.
Anyway,
Dion was a great player, but his character is terrible, and he's pushed it on the Suns.
Right. Alrighty, then we travel to sunny Glendale, Arizona. The 3-7 Arizona Cardinals host the 6-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. Clay, the Jaguars with a surprising big win over the Chargers at home last week.
Wow.
35-6. The Cardinals, well, without Kyler Murray, sit at 3-7. Even with Kyler Murray, I'm not sure how good they do. But Clay, Jacoby Brissett, the Cardinals lost to the 49ers last week, 41-22. But Jacoby Brissett setting the NFL passing record in completions. He went 47 completions last week, 47 out of 57, 452 yards. They still lost that game, 41-22. I think they'll lose this one as well. Give me Jacksonville, though,
really?
With Trevor Lawrence. Yep.
I am going to take Arizona.
Okay.
In this one. I'm taking Arizona.
Jacksonville has
disagreed on one.
More to play for. The Jaguars do, so we'll see.
Okie dokie. We have Philadelphia, who are 8-2. 8-2 Philadelphia, traveling to Dallas. That team that has only one star on their helmet, right? They only have one star, right? On one side. Anyway, Dallas is 4-5. And
one.
Yeah, well, I'm taking Philadelphia.
Take the Eagles as well as 8-2. The Cowboys did a big win Monday night against the Raiders last week, 33
against the Raiders
to 16. Pretty easy to do. The Eagles with a 16-9 win. They're not blowing out opponents out over the Lions on Sunday night last week. They're not blowing out opponents, but hey, a win's a win. I'll take them. Continue their NFC West.
You know what? I'm going to change my pick. I'm going with Dallas.
Okay, good. Wow, that's surprising. I look forward to recapping that one next week. All right, then. In the final minute and a half here of the show, we got three more games. Atlanta traveling to New Orleans in a lowly 4:30 matchup down there in New Orleans. The Atlanta Falcons 3-7. Looks like Michael Penix out for the year. Kirk Cousins. Give me the Saints at home against the Falcons, who have looked really, ever since they beat the Bills on Monday night a couple weeks ago, they've looked bloody awful. Give me the Saints at the Superdome.
I'm right with you. I'm taking the Saints with this one also. Tampa Bay is going to be traveling to 8-2, 6-4 Tampa Bay, traveling to 8-2 Los Angeles. I am taking Los Angeles to win.
Take the Rams at home. Hey, Baker Mayfield, tough schedule for the Buccaneers against the Patriots, the Bills, and now they're going to go to the Rams. But lucky they play in a very poor division. Still injuries for Tampa Bay, but I think they're still the best team, obviously. Although, don't count out this next team we're going to talk about. Give me the Rams against Baker Mayfield on Sunday night. And finally, the Monday night game, actually surprisingly good Monday night game. The Carolina Panthers, yes, indeed, it's 6-5. Take on Brock Purdy, who's back, 7-4. The 49ers are. This will be a great game. I'll take the 49ers at home, though. But don't discount Bryce Young.
I'm taking looking at San Francisco also. I'm looking at San Francisco with Brock Purdy back, Ricky Pearsall back, Juwan Jennings back, and Kittle back. So we're looking at a good team with McCaffrey still there. So
there we go. That'd be a great game, though. I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina sneaks
I wouldn't
in.
either.
We'll
I would not.
see.
I would not if they have 7. I mean, Bryce threw for 400 yards also last 4 touchdowns.
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe he's found his groove.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, everybody. Hey, have a great weekend and have a happy Thanksgiving as well. We're thankful for each and every one of you for what you do and for being here. And we'll see you next week for our final show here in the month of November. Take care.
Hats off to Plymouth Plantation.
Thanks, everybody.